gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. You know what time it is. Ben Affleck throws J-Lo under the bus behind the Diddy scandal. So many people is going to be throwing other people under the bus to save themselves. Is crazy. But with this Ben Affleck thing, I just want to put this thought out there for you for a minute. Him and J-Lo obviously having problems. He's trying to get out the relationship. So now here he goes and he's going to testify revealing, Jennifer Lopez covering up for Diddy. And you know that'll definitely go in the divorce case, whatever she's accused of, or allegated of, So that's what it is. If you subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification button. The like button is a must. Let's get this thing popping. All right. You know this, Unique Mech Audio, man. I'm here with Ben Affleck, man. Ben Affleck is throwing J-Lo under the bus. This is a good program. I got this from Riveted TV on YouTube. So I'm airing this so that we can watch this together. And we both learn together and we see the different content other people got while I plug other channels. So if there's any programs that you like that you want me to look at, to review, and give my reaction to it, feel free to send it to the number on the screen, 917-680-9091. And if you want to be recognized for it, put your name, your Instagram, whatever your brand is, and you get free promotion just for sending me a video link from YouTube or wherever that I may decide to use. Now, let's begin this. I'm going to take me off here, right? Let's begin this by showing this joint right here and hearing what Ben Affleck and a whole lot of celebrities have to say. Watch this all the way to the end, man. All right.
With respect, I think you can learn a lot about a man's character by how they treat the mother of their children. In the interview, sort of said, like, it was the pain of the divorce.
There are rumors that Ben Affleck testified to Jennifer Lopez covering up for Diddy. Allegedly, issues related to Lopez's past involvement with Diddy, including controversial incidents and old tapes, have created tension in her marriage with Affleck. These resurfaced details reportedly contributed to their relationship's deterioration, possibly influencing Affleck's decision to distance himself.
Let's dive in and find out. You really thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall? It saved her the first time, though, didn't it? Because as soon as that club was over and as soon as they finished interrogating her, when she sat there and cried like a baby, I don't want to go to jail, Benny Medina put her with that drunk white boy.
There is a brief recording of a woman, allegedly Jennifer Lopez, leading to plans for a DVD release. J-Lo's attorney, Benny Medina, managed both her and Diddy.
Somebody gave me like a minute of a female that was allegedly J-Lo on it. I was gonna put out a DVD on that. J-Lo had her business attorney, this guy named Benny Medina. He was the one managing J-Lo and Puffy at the time. That's the only reason we was going after J-Lo. J-Lo was with Puffy, so
You hear that? They was beefing with Puffy. Puffy's girl was J-Lo, so that made her a casualty of war. Now, let's ride. I say that because a lot of you young ladies and young men, y'all hanging with people and their actions could cause a reaction to your safety or your life. Meaning you don't know what someone get into when you're not around them. You don't know how they act when you're not around them. So be careful of the company that you choose to keep. Because my mother, my lovely 89-year-old mother, always told me, if I want to see who a person is, I look at the company that he keeps. And that's why I don't keep no company. So you could only judge me based on my screwed up actions. And that's where it's at. So in other words, Reggie White and them and Suge Knight and the West Coast, they brought J-Lo in the beef because she was sleeping with Diddy. Do y'all think that was fair? Do y'all think that was right? But I'm going to tell you from a street point of view, everything is fair in war. Some people say in love too, but I say gunshots to the suckers but I love a dog that want to sit here and talk about day in love. Stop it. Please stop it.
J-Lo was on the war, right? Her PR people, it was about 8 top-notch executives inside this meeting when I'm walking in. They were on me, so I was like, woo, sure.
Drake was warned about a potential setup in Los Angeles after a minor conflict with Diddy in Miami. While it wasn't directly linked to Diddy, the situation was concerning, and Drake received a heads up.
Him and Diddy were beefing.
Well, you talked about how you found out that they're trying to set up Drake in LA. What exactly was that about?
Right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of Live. There were like calls, you know, going around LA, and it was like, you know, Drake here, Drake there, who will run up on him. I'm not saying it, you know, it didn't come from Diddy directly, but LA get tricky. So there's certain people that are gonna get called, and I'm one of those people. So I had privy, you know, Drake to a little information. So I hit him. I told him like, yo, this is what it is, but you know, we over here, and I'm.
Now, you see that, right? Let me tell you, because we talking about the street code, because this is a gangster channel. Now, no disrespect to the game, because, you know, that's the game. And give game a round of applause. Give game a round of applause. But I am going to say this, right? If you can involve with someone's beef, that makes you now a target along with that person, right? You know, we like to ride, right? So let's ride. Let's ride. I'm out of town, right? I'm out of town, and, you know, they messing with one of the homies that I, you know, one of my little workers, and, you know, they doing their thing, but I'm down there visiting them for the weekend, and I go pick up the money. The money's short from one of the spots. I'm asking them, what's happening? Why the money short? And they like, nah, because such and such is over there. He keep robbing the workers. It's this big old dude that was, you know, official dude, and then he started smoking crack. Now he's smoking crack. Now he's using his strong arm to debo, you know what I mean? Anyone to get his hit. So now he deboing my man's workers that's copping from me, right? One of the dudes I'm supplying down there. So when he debos them, you know, they come running back in and they tell me that dude is out there. So I go over there and I take me a little 380, you know, 9mm, you know, fit in the palm of my hand. I'm lightweight, so, you know, my hand ain't but so big. So I had a little 380. I put it in my pocket. I shoot over there. You know what I mean? I asked, you know, dude that was out there, yo, where dude at? Dude talked about who want to know. I smacked him. Open hand, smacked him. He fell before he ran upstairs. He stumbled. He ran off, hit off the walls going up the stairs. You know, those little project buildings with the, you know, apartment upstairs and apartment downstairs. It's a little 2-story joint because we're in the South. So you could hear him hitting off the wall as he's running up the stairs. And then now I hear even bigger rumble coming down the stairs now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, whoa, I step back. I get my stance. I'm waiting to see what happens. This big old black boy come running out the building, and he come running up to me. So he said, you know, come running to the crowd that we at, but he don't know who I am and who hit his uncle yet. So he first thing he yells, who hit my uncle? Who hit my uncle? And as soon as he said that, I just stepped in on him, and I took the 380 out my pocket, put it in the palm of my hand, and I cold cocked him on the side of his face. Now, when I cold cocked him on the side of his face, hold on, I got a phone call, hold on. Y'all, yo. Walaikum salam rahmatullah. Hey, listen, before you go any further, I'm just letting you know I'm recording the show now. I answered while I'm recording live. So I don't want you to say nothing that you don't want to say, but you can introduce yourself, and we're going to hook up later. But we ain't got to get into all of that because I told you I'm recording. So if anything, I call you back and we'll say we're going to say. I don't want to record you without your knowledge. Okay, yeah, just give me about 20 minutes, family. You want to tell them who you are? Oh, he hung up. All right. So that's a surprise guest that I'm getting ready to holler at, right? So now, you know, I smacks him on the side of his face. Boom. So when I hit him on the side of his face, he falls out. Boom. Right? So when he falls out, he gets knocked out cold. I'm only 130 pounds. This dude is like 240 solid. So everybody's looking like, man, he got a vicious punch. It was nighttime. It was dark. They didn't see the, 380 in the palm of my hand. So they just thought I open smacked him like a biatch and knocked him out. So now, being that they thinking I knocked him out, unique, oh, he got a vicious punch, da-da-da. So now, dude feels embarrassed. So he goes, because remember we riding. Dude feels embarrassed. So he goes to a bunch of different people in the neighborhood, telling them that he needed a banger. Now, they know about what happened, that he's beefing with me and my crew, and nobody gives him a banger except for one person. Dude gives him a banger, so now I get vexed. I go put my work in on dude that gave him a banger. Even my crew that's from down there where we was at said I was wrong because he had nothing to do with it. I had to explain to him that no, once he gave him the gun, he became a part of the beef. Now, I say all that to say, once the game gave Drake the heads up that they're looking for him, whoever it is, that made Game fear target in the beef, if they wanted to take it there. Because there's always a thing called mind your business, And if you don't, then you pick up the next person's business. Let's finish moving on.
I'm pretty heavy, so, we straight.
Jaguar Wright discussed a pattern of women being harmed or silenced by powerful figures like Diddy and Jay-Z, referencing victims and conspiracies, including mysterious deaths, with no one to hold accountable.
He put the boots to that girl. She's supposed to be a good no matter who she with. All the time he putting a groom in her. Of course he thought it was still gonna work. He thinks he's God. All right. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. They had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend?
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
Yo, all this has been happening while I've been gone? Yo, put in the comments and let's fill each other in on what we missed and what we don't know what's going on so we can get this thing popping. All right.
Who the f was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is f***ing you.
Stephen A. Smith suggested that many people might come forward to reveal Diddy's alleged crimes, similar to how Suge Knight's past actions were exposed.
Remember what Suge Knight said? Y'all remember that? When Suge Knight said he was in a world of trouble? Because Suge Knight said, listen, he knows a lot. And so you're looking at a potential situation where...
The indictment accuses Sean Diddy Combs of decades of abuse, threats, and coercion against women and others to satisfy his desires.
United States Southern District of New York versus Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love. All right, and let's read through the indictment. So, for decades, Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led, controlled, and created. A criminal enterprise whose members and associated engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
You heard what they said? Did you hear what they just said? Hold up, man. Hold up. Did you hear what they just said? They just sat there and said it's members. They didn't list any members. When they start dropping the names of the members in the superseding indictment that I'm telling you will and must come out, because they can't convict him with that indictment. Right now, his attorneys are supposed to be challenging that indictment, that he has a right to know who his accusers are and face his accusers, and they need to put him up there. They didn't list not one name that Diddy conspired with. So if they don't list the name that he conspired with, there is no conspiracy. If there's no conspiracy, there is no RICO. Understand that? Let's get this thing moving, man. All right.
Complete Hollywood is under shock, and everybody is trying to save themselves, as by every passing day, there are a lot of celebrities who are getting under the radar of Diddy's crime. A tape featuring Diddy and a more high-profile person exists, confirmed to be real and
Who do you think that high-profile person is? Somebody put it in the comments. Let's get the names of who you think the high-profile person is, all right?
decent, with clear identities visible.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Real.
Yo, look how this attorney is smiling and loving every minute of this.
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Jennifer Lopez is allegedly trying to hide or distance herself from any involvement in Diddy's criminal activities.
The A-list celebrity everything in her mind has hired a lawyer to deal with statements she made to police 2 decades ago. Now, Jennifer Lopez has been receiving a lot of backlash lately, but you might be wondering what happened 2 decades ago. Well, once upon a time, J-Lo was dating Diddy. We made an entire video about it, and she got into some criminal activity involving passing a gun over to Diddy so that he could shoot someone that he was in a fight with at the club. Actually, Diddy supposedly used J-Lo as his little gun mule, because she had a purse on her, he would have her hold his weapons. Someone said her being pissy about the depiction on South Park proves how uptight and rude she is.
Now, listen, he said that Diddy gave J-Lo the gun because she had a purse. No, he gave J-Lo the gun because she's a female, and they don't really search females as scrutinizing as they search men when you go in the clubs. So that's why people, when we're on the street, we use females to carry the weapons, and that's wrong. But when we're on the street, we don't look at it as wrong. We look at it as survival. And to push the weight off of us. If J-Lo would have got knocked, he would have got a lawyer, he would have got her out, and that's the way that was supposed to play out. But we know there's J-Lo, so if J-Lo would have got knocked, J-Lo would have told. But what you have to ask yourself is, why wasn't J-Lo on that indictment? What did J-Lo say back then doing the shooting that Shine went to jail for? What did J-Lo say to get off the case? That will be revealed if Puffy goes to trial, and they're going to try and force him to trial so they could exploit these people, but then they're going to back off of that and say, no, we don't want to go to trial because they don't want to expose certain other people that's still protected under the cloak. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when that happens, that's when they're going to tell Diddy, look, take this deal, give us X amount of millions, you know what I mean? And we'll let you walk away with 15 years. Picture Diddy saying he'll do 15 years now when just a month ago he was jet-setting in private planes around the globe and sailing $68 million yacht. Man, you think Diddy gonna tell? You think Diddy gonna cooperate? You think Diddy gonna take a deal? Somebody put it in a comment. Somebody let us know, please.
It was a fun gag, which I'm like, wait, hold on.
Rumors suggest Ben Affleck wants to divorce Jennifer Lopez due to her alleged past inappropriate tapes with Diddy, which could implicate her in legal troubles. These resurfacing tapes reportedly caused tension in their marriage.
But now with news breaking that allegedly J-Lo is on those braid tapes, freak-off tapes, and we already talked about that was the reason that they were getting a divorce, and I'm going to tell you all about that, and we need to get caught up, because I don't like, I uncovered this J-Lo stuff August 3rd. Well, let me show you real quick everything that happened, how bad it got. We're going to get to J-Lo. Diddy's longtime PR guru has called it quits, disconnecting him, disabling the emails. In other words, she's saying, get somebody else to do it. Now, it's been widely known in the industry that J-Lo had sex tapes with Diddy. Now, those tapes were the reason that her first husband, Chris Judd, and then ended, and then also Ben Affleck. Now, what I said August 3rd was, the rumor was Ben Affleck was pushing for divorce all out of nowhere because he got wind that the Puffy, Diddy, freak-off tapes were coming out, and J-Lo was on there, and she could be implemented and charged.
Jennifer,
do you think that Ben Affleck is pushing for the divorce because of the S tapes, or do you think he's pushing for divorce because Diddy put his work in on J-Lo, J-Lo's still in love, and maybe every once in a while J-Lo is yelling, oh, Diddy, or maybe Puffy, Puffy? Somebody put in the comments. All right.
Jennifer Lopez has been spotted attending Diddy's parties, sparking speculation due to her past relationship with him. These appearances have fueled rumors and discussions about her connection to Diddy. In 1999, Jennifer Lopez and Diddy were arrested following a nightclub shooting in New York, where a woman was injured. Charges against Lopez were dropped, while Diddy faced legal consequences.
Now, again, why was the charges against J-Lo dropped? It will be revealed in this man's trial. Y'all want to see what happened during the trial?
Here is what happened the night Diddy and J-Lo got arrested.
Listen.
In December of 1999, Diddy and J-Lo were at a club in New York. They were there with Diddy's bodyguard, Anthony Wolf, and a protege of Diddy who was about to release his album, Jamal Shine Barrow. There was a disagreement and altercation in the evening with Diddy and a local guy dubbed Scar. Some sources say that Diddy was throwing his money around and just showing off. As this is happening, there are gunshots and 3 people get injured. Diddy, J-Lo and his bodyguard make off in a car, but the police catch up with them and find a stolen gun in the vehicle. J-Lo and Diddy were both arrested, with Jennifer being let off later with no charges.
All right, now let me say this so I can break this down so you understand what happened with that joint there, right? This is what happened. While they up in the club, right? Can we ride? We ride. While they up in the club, Diddy throwing his money around, he buying bottles, you know, he doing the Diddy thing, and then there's a local gangster in the club, and he's like, yo, this dude faking. He ain't putting no work in to get the money, and he throwing money up like he cut like that, and he ain't even cut like that. He got his money for making records. I get my money for putting in work. What work he put in to get that money that he feel he could throw and disrespect me of all people? You know? So he took his money and he threw it in Diddy's face and you ain't nothing but a buster. And threw a stack of money in his face, you know? And that's when all heck broke loose, pistols came out, and, you know, we're trying to figure out who actually pulled the trigger because Sean said it wasn't him. The young lady said she got a bullet in her face still. She's willing to take it out, and she feels that that would show that it was Puffy that fired the gun and hit her in the face because she's saying she saw the person that pulled it, and the person behind the muzzle of the gun was Diddy.
One of the victims is a lady called Natanya Rubin, and she got shot in the face.
That's Natanya.
She said, and still maintains that it was Diddy that shot her. She said she could clearly see him getting the gun and what he was about to do, and she got shot in the face, so it was pretty close range. You could see what was going on. So then Diddy, his bodyguard, and Shine all faced police charges. It was also said that Diddy and his bodyguard tried to convince the getaway driver to say that the gun was his in exchange for £50,000. At the trial, Diddy and his bodyguard were acquitted, but Jamal Shine Barrow was prosecuted and given a sentence. He was sentenced with possession, first-degree assault and reckless endangerment. No one was ever charged for the actual shooting. Now, Natanya, the victim I just mentioned earlier, still has fragments of bullets in her face from the shooting. She has said as part of the ongoing investigation investigations into Diddy, she is willing to have parts removed to open the investigation again. So Jamal...
Did you hear that? This woman, Natasha, is willing to have her face ripped open to pull out a bullet fragment just to bring down Diddy. If what she's saying is true, she have a right to do that. So don't think I'm saying anything about it, but I just want you to know, would you have them rip open your face to pull out a bullet fragment decade after it's happened? Maybe a couple of decades, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, you rat bastards, put it in the comment. A couple of decades after it happened, she's willing to have them cut her face up and pull out these bullet fragments. Somebody tell me something, man. I'm confused here.
Jamal Shine Barrow ended up serving 9 years in prison. Barrow has commented since Diddy's recent arrest that Diddy destroyed his life. He also said that he wouldn't even wish his worst enemy to be incarcerated, so he takes no joy in anyone's downfalls. He said at the trial he was defending Diddy at the time until Diddy turned around and got witnesses to testify against him. But he has since said that he has forgiven Diddy.
Wendy Williams broke her silence on Diddy's legal troubles. She expressed her belief that it's about time Diddy faced consequences, referencing years of rumors about his alleged misconduct.
Wendy Williams is breaking her silence on Diddy's recent arrest, and she's saying it's about time. So the world has been waiting to hear a statement from Wendy Williams in regards to Diddy, because she's been speaking about Diddy for years, and now everyone has been saying she was right. So in a statement to the Daily Mail, she's speaking out. Wendy says this: "What is really weird is that I've been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have said the same." Wendy went on to talk about Diddy's arrest. She says, "You know how I feel about that? It's about time. To see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled, it was just horrific." Wendy went on to say, "But now you have to think, how many more times, how many people, how many more women," she wondered. "It's just so horrible." Wendy did go on to tell the outlet that she's doing good amid her aphasia diagnosis and health concerns.
Jennifer Lopez photos along with Diddy are circulating on the internet, where J-Lo standing near Diddy with a serious expression, wondering if they were on drugs or instructed to look that way.
After the picture was taken, also look at that bad hair up there. That, like, it's flashing back so badly. That is some bad hair. But J-Lo, you did not go unnoticed. I see you right here in the corner.
Look at this. Yo, y'all point out who you see in this right here. That looks like Andre Harrell in the middle, Aaliyah, J-Lo, Diddy, and I don't know the other people. So y'all put the other people in the comment.
Up next to Diddy. Now, I don't know if they were told to give a serious look here because, gosh, I mean, or they're on some crazy drugs. Because look at J-Lo's face. Could we do a zoom in
Ain't that Jay-Z?
on J-Lo's face? Because
Ain't that Jay-Z?
What is she on? I'll take a couple. I'm just kidding. I don't want any of that. Also, speaking of, is that Jay-Z back there? I don't know if it is, but I am ready to talk about his connection to Diddy. In so many of these photos, you can see really powerful people.
A memoir alleges Diddy slapped Kim, made death threats, and filmed inappropriate tapes with young boys, including Justin Bieber. Kim uncovered these tapes and later became ill.
The short memoir has disturbing alleged accounts of Diddy slapping Kim after losing his temper and even making death threats to her. Why am I not surprised? Kim recounts discovering and making copies of tapes Diddy made of himself having sex with young boys he was managing. Oh my gosh, including an alleged tape involving a 18-year-old pop star who went on to be a household name. Justin Bieber. Poor Justin Bieber. Oh, it makes me sick. It makes me actually like spinny. The final entry of the memoir has Kim falling fatally ill, dramatically texting her friends, "He got me," and then calling 911.
Do y'all believe that Diddy had something to do with Kim's murder? Put it in the comments. Tell me why or why not. That's it. Somebody enlighten me, because I don't know. I've been gone 26 years and I'm trying to find out, because all this is interesting to me too.
Publisher Chris Todd claims that Kim shared a thumb drive of her writing with close friends, which he obtained and lightly edited into a book under the pseudonym Jamal T. Millwood. Okay, it's an interesting name. The book is being marked as printed in Las Vegas, September 7th, 2024.
Celebrities like Justin Bieber, Usher, Lil Bo, and others were involved in inappropriate situations with Diddy.
This book, alleged, I'm going to say everything's alleged, says it was JB, Usher, and Lil Bow Wow. And allegedly, Kim and Diddy had threesomes with freaking J-Lo, with Jada Pinkett, with Will Smith, with Faith, with Jamie Foxx. Like, well, that part made it seem like it was just him and Diddy, but the conversations about Biggie's mom coming up to him during dinner, and just, I hope she never reads this book, because everyone who's named in here, I feel like at least one person should be like, this is BS.
Ashton Kutcher's current wife reportedly moved properties to distance herself, anticipating videos with Diddy involving him might soon leak.
Ashton Kutcher, the current wife of this former A-list, mostly television actor from multiple hit shows, have moved into a different property they own. She wants distance when the videos, including him, start to leak. That's really cryptic to read, especially after that last blind item about like the teenage pop star.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's relationship was controversial from the start, and following their divorce, Ben Affleck spoke out against her in case of Diddy.
Back in the early Ben days, because there's the before Ben and then the now Ben, we actually have a soundbite from your 2002 album. You're talking about your relationship with him. Let's take a quick peek at that. Oh boy.
Feel like you have a partner, you know what I mean? Somebody standing by your side who supports you and is your best friend.
Nothing has changed. Isn't that so?
I say the same thing now.
But you feel that way about him now.
I do.
It's been rumored that they are like not doing well, separating. He was like photographed without his wedding band on, but then they've been seen together ever since. Like, it wouldn't be surprising to me
if they got divorced.
Yeah, if they just like weren't doing well. And she liked something on Instagram that was like very weird. It was like a
carousel?
Yes, of what you need in a relationship or something like that.
Okay, well, that's a tall tale sign.
Yeah, no, like a random Instagram account.
She's saving it for later.
Yeah. She's like, you got to read this.
Yeah, and it was like, your partner doesn't like spend time with you. Like, it was all stuff like that, and she liked it. And I was like, J-Lo, what are you doing?
Maybe she needs to go back to her bodega and get to her roots and calm down.
Ben Affleck reportedly acknowledged.
You heard that? She need to get back to her bodega. Was that a racial statement?
That after spending significant time reflecting on his relationship with Jennifer Lopez, he has come to his senses and decided it's time to move on.
51-year-old Ben Affleck is ready to call an end to his 2-year marriage, going as far as to claim the decision to tie the knot was down to temporary insanity. A source says that the star has come to his senses after previously being so in love with 54-year-old Jennifer Lopez that he could not think straight. While he has been spotted spending quality time alone with Lopez in recent days, he now feels his head is clear and he can move on. Quote, if there was a way to divorce on grounds of temporary insanity, he would, end quote. The Page 6 source said, quote,
man, that's crazy right there, man. That is crazy. I'm glad y'all had time to sit there, watch that joint with me, because I enjoy watching these and learning from this with y'all, because, you know, it is what it is, man, you know? But I want to know what y'all think of this program, this content that I just brought up, and my commentary, how I viewed it. Share this with someone. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification button if you're already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification button. Now, I'm going to be doing a Larry Hoover story that's going to be coming up. I was just doing these videos because this is what I've been watching. So I said, hey, I've been taking my time doing it. I might as well share it with you. And that's what I've been doing. Cop the book of Ruin Harlem. I'm going to show you how fly this is. And I want to thank everybody for donating to the Cash App, the commissary donation, so that, you know, we can build a system like we build it. Now, from that, I could do stuff like this. Look, I could blow my joint up and I could move it around and I stick it right here in the corner. You know what I mean? While I'm doing the show. How much more fly can you get than that? Ta-da! Now, Cop the book of Ruin Harlem. I thank you for your donations. I appreciate your donations. And may God bless you.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the
Jan of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the